let's draw pictures and talk about the units for all of these shapes. So first of all, a rectangle. Perimeter of a rectangle. So let's label it. Let's do L and W, length and width. That's pretty common. How do you find the perimeter of a rectangle?
You add them, length plus width plus length plus width.
Right, so I'll do P equals for perimeter. There's two ways. L plus W plus L plus W.
Or L squared plus W
Or, very close, it's 2L plus 2W.
Oh.
When you square it, that would give you the area.
That would be multiplying.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you could think we have 2 L's and 2 W's.
After I said it.
And let's say this was in feet. What would the units be of perimeter? Feet, right. We would order our fencing in feet. All right, triangle. Usually those are labeled a B and H.
Base and height.
Right. Base and height. So perimeter, but also we have to label our sides. So let's do A and A, B, C. How about that? So how would you find the perimeter of a triangle? Your own area. Yes, side plus side plus side. Right. All three sides. Also A plus B plus C. But you know in perimeter you're going to add all the sides. You don't have to write down a formula if you want to. And a circle. Circle is usually labeled with R. Yeah, the radius. And there's a special word for perimeter of a circle.
Circumference.
Circumference. So I'm going to use C instead of P, but someone could say the perimeter of a circular something. Anybody know this one?
Pi.
It's got a pi in it. Every round shape has a pi in it. 2 pi r. Yes. And also, let's say if they give you the diameter,
Pi r squared.
that's the area.
Oh.
But the diameter is the whole way across.
So it's just pi r.
It's
2 pi r times half.
guys are all over it. It's 2r.
2r.
So think of 1r here and 1r here. This whole
So it'd be 2 pi
is the d.
2r.
So another way to write the circumference is 2d.
2d.
Or sorry, no, I said that wrong. Pi times d. Because the 2r is the diameter. I like to remember just one formula, and I know if I have the diameter, I can cut it in half and get my radius. So these all have linear units, just basic units, centimeters, feet, meters, right? Okay, do you want to keep going on the circle? Because I heard the area of a circle formula.
Yeah, so let's just do it.
It is pi r squared. I heard a bunch of people say that. So see how much you already know. I won't draw it again. Pi r squared. What kind of units do we use for area?
Square feet.
Squared, right. Square feet, square inches, square whatever. So we could write it like that, or we could write SQFT. Anyway, we get our square. Okay, what about triangle? I heard someone was saying triangle. I think it might have been you, Karen.
It's base times the height. Is that what it is?
Half.
Half times the base times the height.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which is really cool. If you think of any triangle, oops, like a straight line, it's actually half of a rectangle. And it doesn't matter, you can have the strangest looking triangle, it's still half of the base times the height. So this is where that triangle formula comes in. It's half of the rectangle's area. Okay, and then the rectangle. We're back to L's and W's.
L squared plus W squared.
Close.
Length times width.
Ooh, yeah, you're on the
Length
volume
times
one.
width squared.
Length. This is
Length
two-dimensional, so length times
times
width.
width squared.
Yeah. Length times width. That gives us the square units, because if we have 2 feet times 3 feet, that's 6 square feet. So that's perimeter, then area. We have 2 shapes we need to do volume for. We need to remember. And someone just did the rectangular solid is also, I like to call it a box. These are kind of fun to draw. If you make a square or a rectangle.
Oh, and then do a square instead.
Yeah, that's another way. I do my
Oh, okay.
lines first, but that's
Board I
another
used to
way
draw.
to do it. Oh, and then I have to do my little insides.
No, oh, you got me because it's a solid.
Yeah. Not bad, huh?
Oh.
That's about the extent of my drawing ability. So let's call this length, width, and height. So our volume is just like we're taking it off of the rectangle, but now we have height to it. So length times width times height. What kind of units would we have for volume?
Cube.
Cubic, yeah. Because now we're talking about 3-dimensional space. So it would be feet cubed, or cubic feet, or you could write out cubic feet. It's like if you think about the volume of oxygen in this room. We've got length times width times height.
Hold on, what is that?
Cubic feet, or feet cubed. CU. Or I can write it out. Okay, right cylinder is our other one. That's a can. So I'm going to give it a rounded bottom and a circular top. Yeah. They call it a right cylinder because it's perpendicular to the ground. If it was leaning, that would be a different shape, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. This also has a radius, so anything circular has a radius. And then we also need to know how tall it is, right? The radius gives us the top and the bottom, but we need the height. Oops, almost wrote A. Volume is, okay, so think of it as the base, the area of the base, and then we're stacking those all up. So it's pi r squared, because you got to memorize it. This is how I remember it. Think of just the base as pi r squared from the circle. And then you stack it up however high, so it's times h. So it's pi r squared h. Yeah.
I cheated a little.
Pi r squared times h. Same thing like here, this is length times width, and then it's stacked up by the height. All right, let's do one, and then we'll take a break. How about that? Let's do this one. Evaluate just for A, we'll do. Find the area of a triangular sail that has a height of 15 feet and a width of 8 feet. Okay, so I'm going to write the formula out first. This is area, though.
Oh.
So area, yes, 1/2 base times height. You can put the dots for multiplication or not, either way. And then we can evaluate. So now we're practicing our evaluating. Plugging in 15 and 8. So I guess width would be base. It doesn't really matter. Height is 15, but I'll do it that way. or you can do parentheses. If one of them's even, that's nice, right? Because I want to take half of the even one. Doesn't matter if I wrote it second, I can still do half of that one. So 4 times 15. Yeah, 60 what?
Square feet.
Yeah, good. Square feet. Square feet or feet squared. And because it's kind of a word problem, I'll write a sentence. The area is 60 feet squared. Questions? I'm going to stop the video, but do you have any questions?